I matched with a woman named Rachel on Bumble, and at the time, nothing about her profile seemed strange. Her photos looked normal. She didn't use heavy filters, and she seemed like a real person. We talked for about a week, and everything felt easy. She wasn't pushy, she was calm, and honestly, it felt different from most matches. We decided to meet for dinner on a Wednesday night at a small restaurant in a quiet part of downtown. When I got there, I parked my car and texted her that I had arrived. She didn't reply, but I assumed she was just running late. So I waited for a few minutes and then went inside. I walked up to the hostess and asked if there was a reservation under Rachel's name. She checked and told me there wasn't. I said it was fine and sat down near the entrance to wait. I kept checking my phone. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then 30. At that point, I felt embarrassed, like I had been stood up. I finally decided to leave. As I walked toward the door, someone behind me said my name. I turned around and saw a man in a black hoodie. He looked like he was in his 40s with a messy beard, and he seemed nervous but calm at the same time. He told me he was Rachel's brother. He said she wasn't feeling well, but she still wanted to meet me, so she asked him to pick me up and bring me to their place because it was close, right away. Something felt wrong. I asked why she hadn't texted me herself, and he said her phone had died. I told him that was fine and asked for the address so I could follow him in my car. He hesitated and then said it would be better if I just rode with him instead. That was when my instincts kicked in. If this was really about helping someone, it shouldn't have mattered how I got there. I told him I thought we should reschedule and started walking toward the exit. He stepped slightly in front of me, not aggressively, just enough to block my way. He calmly repeated that Rachel had asked him to bring me. I walked past him anyway and went outside. I got into my car, locked the doors, and drove away. When I looked in my rearview mirror, he was still standing there, watching me. Later that night, I got a message from Rachel's profile asking why I hadn't come. I told her what happened. She replied immediately and said she didn't have a brother. My stomach dropped. After that, she stopped responding. A few hours later, I started getting alerts that someone was trying to log into my email, my bank account, and my social media. I changed all my passwords and turned on every security setting. The next morning, her profile was gone. Deleted. That same day, I got a text from an unknown number saying, "You should have come with me." I blocked it, but more messages came from different numbers. Some said things like, "We saw you, and you made this harder." One message even used my full legal name. That night, someone knocked on my apartment door. Twice. Then harder. I was frozen. When I looked through the peephole, no one was there. A few seconds later, I heard heavy footsteps going down the stairs. The next day, I called the restaurant. They told me a server had seen a man in a black hoodie pacing outside for almost an hour before I arrived. He only went inside when he walked straight up to me. About a week later, I found a folded piece of paper stuck under the dumpster near my building. My name was on it. Inside was a printed photo of me standing inside the restaurant that night, looking at my phone. It had been taken from outside. On the back, there was one word written in black ink: "You." That's when I realized Rachel was never real. Someone had created a profile just to get me somewhere alone. And the only reason I'm still here is because I trusted my instincts. I still don't know who that man was. But I know that if I had gotten into his car, I probably wouldn't have made it home.